Drop a like and do share. Leave your comments and do not forget to subscribe for more videos.
Hello and welcome to Edupedia World.
Hello, welcome to SAP UI5 training session. In this training session, we'll be seeing list deletion. What we do is we'll be going to the next example, that is deletion. So how the list item will be deleted. So what we have to do for that. So this is a list item. To this list item, I want to delete this. See how? Delete. It is deleted. Now I want to delete another one. Delete it. So like this. So how are you going to delete it? So we have a mode. So we'll go to source code, and in this list we have a mode. So to this mode we have to add delete. So there are different types of modes. So we'll be seeing single select, etc. So we have a delete mode. So we have to include this delete mode first, so that the delete button appears. So to this list. Then after this delete, we have to have a function. When you say delete, we have to add a function where we can delete this entry. We have to know, right, which list item we have to delete it. Whether it is first, second, third. Whichever we clicked, that has to be removed from the list. So we'll go there. So we add an event called handle delete, and similarly we'll be adding it enable busy indicator true. If it takes more time, then the busy indicator will be displayed. And we're going to copy this both and we're going to save it there, and we're going to hit Ctrl+Shift+R, this format. So first we have included this. So this need to be placed inside this M-list controller.js. So I will go here and we're going to add this function for so inside this we're going to add the logic. What is the logic? So we have to get first that parameter, means that value, then we can delete it. So if it is /0, /1 or /2, then we can delete that from the list, and we have to update the list. So what is the logic? We'll see. So here when we have until delete, first we are getting a list, whole list, and then we are getting which item it is, and then we are getting the S path of that, and then we are deleting it. Update this, and then from this product, so this dot model, we are deleting that S path. So this is what we are doing. This is one way of doing, and other way of doing is simple. Like you don't want to remove it from the model, just you want to remove it from that list, particular list. That's it. Means from here you want to remove it, but you don't want to remove it from the JSON. That's a temporary delete you want to do. This is a permanent delete. From the path itself it will be deleted. So this is one way of doing permanent solution for permanent deletion. So we have a temporary delete, that is, I'll be showing you. So other way solution is simply one word, one sentence. So that is oevt.getSource. I'm getting the source of that particular list item, and then I'm removing that item. That's it, simple. This is to remove list item from the list control. I'm going to save it. So once I save it, it will be republished and then synchronized. So I'm going to check now. I've included, and there should be a mode called a list mode. So once I did, yeah. So see, there is a list mode. So if you want to remove this pop-up project 4713, directly click here. It will be removed. See, the list is updated. And once you refresh it again, it will come. See, project direction. This is how it works. So once I click on this, I'll go here, sources, .list control, on this, handle delete. So 15th one, 15th line, I'm going to say delete. Then what it does is o event.get source. So event.get source will have the list item. So if you want to check, yeah, list item, the first item, and then we are removing this list item only. Get parameter of the list item, and we are going to delete it. List item 00. So this is how we're gonna delete it. So once, see, it still displays power project thing, and this will be auto refreshed. See, done. Simple. There is no the list item available. And if you want to check also, once you click on here, you can check the items. First, we'll check now items. So OEVT, get source. We have to take this in a variable called L. I'm taking L dot get items. So what is the length? We'll see. Dot length. So it is 13. Now it is 13. Now we'll click. Now we'll go to, again you'll click this. Now it has to be 13. It was 13 before, now it is 12. Now after this next line, it will be, no, it is deleted now, right? So it is 11. After execution of that line, it is 11. See, now the list is 11. But when you see the model, this dot get view, dot get model, dot get data will give you the data. So this has 15 rows cell. It is not deleted from here. It is not deleted from this product list. It has 15 length. Okay, the 15. Now we have in this list, it's a temporary delete. Okay, simple line. Execute. That's over. You want to delete permanently, even from the model. Then that time you have to use this code. Okay. So this is how you do. Deletion, put the focus back on the list. Send the delist request to the OData service call. Whatever the OData service call, or remove that path, you can do that. This is the permanent. So we'll be seeing the another one now. It's a list footer. Whenever we have a list and you want to place a footer below this, you can do it. So there is no footer now. There is a page and you want a footer for this list, you can have. How you're gonna have that is, you have to go here, and footer text, there's a message shown at the every end. See, this is a footer text. If you want, you can add it. How are you going to add it? You have to use a footer inside this description. Footer text. You can have footer text. By the footer text, including this footer text inside your XML file, gives you a footer text. I'm going to see footer text and I'm going to save it. So this will give you a footer text. So just include the property footer text inside the list. Your footer text will be displayed. We'll go here and I'm going to refresh it. It's list. So once I refresh the list will give you the footer text. This is the footer text. And I'm going now towards the next grouping. So I want to group this. See, this store have this amount of products. So this store have this many products. So I want to list a grouping. So how grouping is done? You have to make changes in your items. You have to sort accordingly, and then header factory you have to go dot get header group, and then inside this you have to do it. Just sort it, and in the list controller you will be doing the logic. So get group header. So when you go here, see group header factory. So you'll be calling this get header. So it will give you get header option. Inside this, written new item title order group key. Whatever the group key it is, it will be getting it. Uppercase false. You don't want to have it all the uppercase. So uppercase is false. So we'll include this inside the controller. So we'll go to controller and comma separated. It's a new function. So I'm going to use this. Control Shift F will format you. Format the file. And then in list view.xml, we have to include this. List items, comma, items, comma, this. You have to include. So it's better to use this. We'll go, and wherever the items are there, we have to replace it with our new code, and then Control Shift F will give you a formatted file. So sorter you have used, and group header factory, and we're gonna run this our application. Refresh it. Once I refresh, there is no data. So why there is no data? We'll see. There is no error at all. We'll go there. So this is the one, right? So in this index.html, we have to include that binding data hyphen. We have to include binding syntax SAPUI5 hyphen syntax binding XX binding syntax equal to complex, and we're gonna save it. SAPUI binding syntax complex. I've included only this line in the index, and I'm going to refresh this by clearing the cache. Once I refresh, the data is still loading, the file is still loading, and still our model is not set. Yeah, now it's coming, and say OK. Data. See, the data has come. just to include, because we are using a complex binding inside this, because we are using sorting and etc. So see, did it come or not? This is how we use a grouping. So how the grouping is done, we'll go here and in the list view we have included items. Inside these items we have included the path. So this is one way of using the path. And then what I have done is I have used a sorter technique. So inside this I've included the path, and there's a supplier name, means I want to have a different types of supplier names, and inside this supplier I want to have a list of products associated with this supplier, and that too in a ascending manner. So descending is false, means it is ascending. And then group is true. When the group is true, then automatically the group will display. So whenever this group header factor is displayed and it has to give something, right, then what the title will be displayed. So that will go to this list control and check for get group header, and it will return list item title with a group key. So what need to be displayed on the header, whether it is supplier name, it's a supplier what, so you can display your own. You can number also, you can number 1 2 3 4 5 also. First store 1, store 2, store 3, store 4 also, you can do that. You can customize. So where you can customize, you can customize it in get group header. So here I'm taking a m.group header list item. So inside this I'm placing a title, that is the key, whatever the key it is I'm passing, and uppercase is false, so it will not have any uppercase. So this is how I'm displaying the red point store or Technocom, Titanium, etc. And we'll see the next one now. So now we got how the grouping is done, but there's so inside this grouping we have images also, but we didn't place any images. So how to place images? Just go here and icon, we have to copy this and we have to place it here. So this counter can have an icon, save it. So once your icon is there, then in this product.json you have to include for the 14 things, you have to include the path, correct path. So include this path slash. So this will be slash this one. Okay, first find, then replace, 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 replace. No, find, find, find. Yeah, beautiful. So we have to save it. Then your list will be appended with an icon. So you have to refresh this. It's a refresh. See, the icons are displayed. Okay, this is how you're gonna assign this. Then now the next one. So now grouping is over. Now growing list. So now growing list you want to have just a growing list. Suppose if you want to have 5 items and you want to have a growing list like this. You just want to place only 8 first or 10 first, etc. How you gonna do a growing list? Growing list you're gonna do it with like this. Okay, growing scroll load. Scroll to load is false. Scroll to load is true only when it is OData. So that means whenever you use OData, so first you want to achieve only 4 rows. It will be achieved, and then when you click on this growing list, load more, that time again it will make an OData call and it will get a 4 entries again. This will be even faster than loading items. Suppose if you have 200 items, you want to load every time 10 items, that time it will be easy for you. So 20 times you have to press that, then every time it will be loading faster. 200 items is fine. When you have 20,000 items, 20,000 items in that list, that time loading that data will be taking some time. So that is the reason we have to use growing threshold and then growing load, scroll to load false. Now we'll go here to m.list view.xml. So in this I don't want to have a group. This I'm going to comment this. So how do you comment? Control Shift. Yeah. Now I'm going to use items, normal items, equal to, we have to have a product list collection, product collection. I'm going to save this, and inside this we have growing list, and I'm going to save it. So this is used for save it. So items, growing list. Okay, so this is going to use inside this. Okay, this I want to comment. This also need to be inside. So what is this? This will be ending. You want to end the list? No. I'm going to have this like this. Okay, the list and the growing list. Control Shift F will give you this. If you want to have a growing list, just replace this and use it. Okay, now growing list is 4. I'm going to put 5. I'm going to save, and now I'm going to refresh now over m.list. So once I clear, see, this is what a more 5. So 5 more will be loaded, then another 4 more, like this. This is called growing list. So once when the growing list used, when you want to have to load more resources, that time you'll be. So now we will be seeing other types. So now items type. So there are items type. One is list based item, and there are other types also, items. Single, see, inactive or active. So when it is inactive, when it is active, inactive. active, it should be bold color. Then there are navigation. So navigation means we'll go to some other. So inactive is once you click, nothing happens. Inactive, once you click, the button will be active. So the press event can be triggered. And then detail. So you'll get the detail. So you can edit the detail press. So you can edit the details or etc. Then another one is detail and active. Okay. There will be a source inside this. So there is a items. The drop down list is placed. So when you place an item, when you press the navigation, then it's called handle select change, has an event inside the controller. So inside this controller we have handle select change. So for each item there's a function you can use for each this item has been used. Okay, so like this you can have a different items types. So item types are active, navigation and detail. So how do you give a type for this is in the source code, just type. Suppose if you want a navigation, so how do you give? You want to add a type equal to navigation. So I want to have a type for this list. I want to add a type. So here you will be giving type equal to navigation and save it. Once you save, it will be saved, republished, and you can refresh this. Once you refresh, it will come. But this mode is already delete, so we want to remove that delete first. Then we can do it. So we'll comment this, comment this, that is for list mode. So this is for list mode. And so navigation, we'll see if there is any error. There is no error. So I'm going to refresh. I'm going to check whether I've saved this file or not. Yes, I've saved it. Refresh. It's taking some time. This is how the navigation work. So navigation will be for the selected. So navigation for the list is not there. So we're gonna put it for the, not for the entire list, we're gonna put it for the standard list. So each item has some navigation. So it will be for the item, standard list item, the navigation will be there. So navigation will be for the items. Okay. refresh. Refresh, it will be refreshed. And I have to press F8. Yeah. So what is this? The navigation is not valid an entry for the enumeration property type. So the value is always capital, start with caps. So save it. Now I'm going to refresh it. So once I refresh, this will be loaded and give you the navigation. Yeah. So here the button will come, create a type navigation. Clear? So when you press on this, there should be an event code, because you want to know which you have pressed and what you want to do. And even see, when you say navigation, the hyperlink color will be changed. See, the color is changed when you hover. That's how it happens when you use navigation tool. And then, so how the event will be called, you have to give an event here in the XML. Whenever you select here, see, detail press event you have to give, or press event you have to give. Detail press event is when you press detail. So you're gonna see when you give detail of this and you want to press, when you press on that detail, that event will be triggered. When you press entire list item, this event will be called. Okay, it's always good to have a press event, then you can navigate properly. So handle press should be there in the list controller. So what event it is? It's comma separated. It's handle press. Press, and you have the right function. So function is o event, OEVT, and save your file and use alert saying handle press trigger. I'm going to save it and I'm going to run it. Once I run this, yeah, whenever I click on any event, then there is a alert press, handle press trigger. So like this, it is going into that particular function. And you can write your logic whatever you want to according to your application and requirement. And this is what navigation. So till now we have seen grouping, growing list, footer, and normal list with deletion and etc.
Thank you for watching Edupedia World. Stay tuned for more videos.